I don't even know what I'm on about anymore.
Neither do I, honestly. We are getting teams readying up here. It looks like the game is starting. Both teams rolling out to middle. We're getting straight into this mid. Take it away, Plunk.
Well, we have Lee Waher yet up there. He's got his pack. He's ready to pound, I suppose. We see Olga bombing in straight away. He does get Opti. Everex going down to Karnax as well. So far, they've lost 2. And 3. Waher's just died. Not the best.
Yeah,
at the start.
War getting caught as
and
well.
And Olga's going to drop them as well. He's going to get a 2K. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Kunu, he's just going to get Olga in the end there. So
yeah, but Olga's taken down Ombrak, and that's really all he was trying to do in the lobby there. So really good for the Frenchies so far. They have this full advantage on Mular, but all of the spawns from Top5Sons are going to be chasing them back out to middle. If they can get onto Mular, this will be excellent. Everex going in for a little fake bomb, and oh my god, Opti's in as well. He doesn't quite get the damage into Mular to make him force. Sorex also in under the point, will get cleaned up, so the Frenchies have done a good job of cleaning up these last few players that were trying to get onto Mular, so they should be able to secure second pretty easily here.
Yeah, now they have one. Well, they have one down now. Opti has just spawned. It's going to be a very tight hold if they want to hold us a second. They're going to do a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. Everex, he's nearly caught out in river there. He got packed and was able to poke all the way out. Olga and Cole are up in the river right now. Muller ready to ubercharge in. The ubercharge advantage that they have is slowly dwindling away. He's 90% for Ombrak right now. They have whipped out the heavy. The Putis is out there. Sorex is ready. Karnax, he might be going into water highway bait. No, they're going to go for the water Uber strat. Let's see how this goes. No, they're not in fact. What the hell? I was getting ready. That was a waste of an Uber.
Well, they've got the force off from Ombrak, and that's basically what they wanted, but they are losing players left, right, and center. Yeah, War is taking people out up in river there, and also Karnax going down. I believe he was trying a little something on last, so now all of Top5Sons being able to charge forwards out of last, but it looks like the forward spawns are going to come in, so all of these players on the French team are going to be able to hold the middle, and I've just noticed here that Olga is on Soldier after all.
No pyro, no party. Wait, don't say that to Olga. So, yeah, Olga's in pocket. So
yeah, Olga on pocket. They've switched Raph up to Demo Man. I believe it's usually Alien on Demo Man, whereas Olga usually plays Scout. So they're trying out something new. Maybe this is what's got them in the lead versus Top5Sons so far.
Maybe it is. We do see the red team at big door right now. They're just kind of doing their thing. Looks like there's kind of stalemate right now. They don't really... Well, now I say stalemate, and looks like the blue team is going to put some effort into the big door.
Yeah, they've got Duo in behind. He's in basement here, but he's trapped off by Warho. Yeah, Sorex also chasing him out. Looks like Sack is going to come in return, or at least Opti's just poking around the big door area. There's several players on Top5Sons trying to get into choke as well. They're just trying to see if they can get anything at all, but they don't want to commit too much off of this. And now Everex actually taking the big solo Uber, forces it off onto Raph. There's no one to make him split the Uber onto though, so this is a very just standard Uber. He can't get any advantages out of it. No one's gone behind or anything. Didn't manage to get the Uber to split enough for it to have an effect on its duration, so obviously the more players you flash in an Uber, the faster it goes down if people are invulnerable at the same time as each other. So that's usually what these teams try to do in those Uber trade situations, but doesn't come into play this time, so we are going to see both teams just trying to build up their Uber charge.
That's a classic, you know, Gullywash strat. Just take a solo Uber and choke, you know, stalemate going on. No one really wants to do anything. Try and get a wee force off or something like that, you know. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the trades usually you need another thing to happen after the trade. You need to have a plan, like a banner or something. You can try and re-push afterwards with a banner, or if you get someone in behind, and then you can kind of do a little pincer kind of thing, going at them from in front and from behind at the same time. But it looks like
he's taking it through Victor right now.
Yeah, they're trying to get Duo into basement again, it looked like. But in the meantime, Everex and Kunu taking some space in choke, seeing as no one is there at all. Everex is getting kind of baited by his team here. Warhoyez finally in to back him up. Kunu coming through as well. All the Frenchies have been split up, and Muller just has to force when there's basically no one around him. This is really terrible, but Karnax does force off in return.
That was close. But now that the Frenchies are just losing players, Olga down, Karnax down, Daewoo down, they're all in the same spawn wave though, so They're going to need to be fast, be quick, and get everything ready. They're going to spawn trap right now. Water, yeah, getting the stickies down. Although they might get the spawn in time, they will. They're going to need to be careful though.
Oh,
Gets the 2K
if
just
they
like
fall
that.
for that one, that is such a blunder from the Frenchies. Oh no, you have to expect that. You know everyone's on second already, so now Everex coming in straight into last, trying to trade some damage with Olga. Warher, yeah, already in sticking off the point. Kunu's playing the point, and that is the first round for Top5Sons.
Well, that was an unexpected surprise that they just kind of, that was a wrap. That was quite quick.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Frenchies getting in the lead to begin with, but after that failed Uber where Mulo just got forced off basically on his own, it was good for Karnax to get the force in return, but obviously not enough after Warrior traps off that spawn. Here on this mid, we see Olga and Everex both going in for big bomb trading sides.
He's in drop down right now. He's flanked them. Can he get the flag? He can't get the frag. He gets a rocket off. He gets Ombrak though, so that's Ombrak down. Getting the trade on. Sorex is going to take out Karnax though. Mula's still alive.
Still alive. He's got Raph protecting him. Aliens playing on the nipple here in the middle. Everex trying to get in onto Mula, gets him really low, and Kunu with the follow-up damage. Just had to give him a little tiny chip shot there, and Mula will go down as well. So Ombrak spawning first, and Mula on a 12-second spawn actually means that Ombrak is going to have a decent advantage coming into mid with his spawners.
Yep, as you said, decent spawn. They're going to have like a 20-30 ad. Not too shabby, but you know, it's going to be quickly depleted quite easy. You know, just build forehead. So Water, yeah, nice wee sticky and big door. Optate, watch and choke, see if anyone's coming in. But I think Warren Sons might just take it through. You know, they know they have the ad right now.
Yeah, and Top5Sons know that they don't have the Uber yet, so they're still playing close to this door, just trying to deny them from getting too cocky. But Mulan knows that Ombrak's going to have it any second now, so they do start to back out, leave some space for Warher, to use through. He's going for a big bomb, gets all the way forwards, gets some damage onto Raph, but Raph is straight out of there. And now Olga trying to get a kill after this Uber, not going to manage to get one, but the Uber charges have flipped into Mula's favor.
If they got Mula, it would have paid off, but unfortunately they couldn't get Mula in time. They knew this was going to happen and predicted it, so look at that turned out.
Yeah, but they're doing the exact same thing in return. Raph fails his jump, hits his head on the roof, so this is an absolutely disastrous Uber from the French team. They're just going to be able to cap up mid and then have to leave again after Ombrak has his 40-50% advantage here.
Yep, Everex playing close to danger right there. He was walking into two stickies that have just been planted on the ground. They're going to be building this on the side of the Frenchies, but 90% on the side of Warren.
I like this from Duo. He's holding nice and close. He manages to get big rockets into the combo, but they don't have to force off. Olga, though, is hiding on their side, and he does try and jump out instead of going for the force onto Ombrak. So Ombrak retaining this Ubercharge advantage. They're going to roll through mid, roll through big door as well, and it looks like they're going to get a firm grasp on second with this.
They've played their cards right, but they now have played and going into second and even last maybe, so might be messy. So they're going to try and get a force off in Mula soon. They've hit a pipe. Raph couldn't hit the follow-on. Optate, first he's just outside. He can easily pick off. Uber is used on the side of Warren Sons. Raph is going to jump in, try and catch them out maybe, but Uber's just going to fade right now. They used Uber on the side of I think on the fourth maybe. Can't really tell, but it doesn't matter. They're going to walk in. Karnak's getting Optate. Everyone's dropping on the side of Warren Sons, although they have one spawner. They're just going to take mid.
Really, really good stuff from the French team. They didn't even manage to give up second, which was what Top5Sons were trying to do. Roll that advantage all the way forwards, try and get 2 points for free. But the French stopped it, and it looks like they're going for a play into second as well. They don't manage to get anything. I think Karnax is just sacking. We may see a sneaky off-class come out. It is even Ubers here, after all.
Everex is going drop down right now, so we might see. I think Mula might have spotted them. I can't tell, but it looks like the scout is spotted. He might try to go for the soldier. He did 50 damage. He had a direct. Olga, 1 HP. Just Sorex with a chip shot. 1 HP. Finally got him. And I think.
Oh, Duo's going to get caught here by choke too. So now all of a sudden this is 2 picks for Top5Sons, and with the even Ubers, they might try and do something here. It looks like War's going fast through big door, taking his whole team with him. They are pincering fully as the soldiers come through from the front choke as well. Now both teams have to use off their Ubers. Kunu looks like he wants to chase the medic there, but he does He does give up eventually. Sorix, on the other hand, will feed in Everx 2, so it's 2 for 2 trades now. Even Uber situation, and it looks like Top5Sons are going to be able to cap up second.
Yeah, 2 for 2, but they lost their scouts, but they just spawned in, but they seem to have spawn advantage, but not by much, a couple of seconds. But they're in river right now. It looks like they're going to be taken out. Karnax rushing right now, not really doing much. I think they're just kind of peeking, see what they're doing. Looks like they're returning back to last. They know they don't have the Uber. It is equal. I think they're just waiting for the right, time.
Yeah, well, they had those picks. They thought maybe they could do something, but it's way too risky trying to get out of Gullywash last. It's kind of similar to Badlands in that way. You definitely need a little more than nothing to get out of there, at the very least. Now it looks like all of Top5Sons are going to be coming into river here. Ombrak doesn't quite have his Uber yet, but he's got both of his scouts under the point. Actually, no, that was a Duo going down. Now they're already just playing the point straight away. Oh my god, they've just managed to cap that out from under Top5Sons' noses. From under the Frenchies' noses, even.
And just like that, they might have their comeback on.
The comeback, it's 2-0, mate.
Yeah, but still, they're showing quite strong, you know what I mean? I never know, it was 18 minutes in and I've had a few Jaegers, shut up. Now, Raf, let's see what he gets up this mid. Hope he hasn't bombed. Now, a few stickies across, bit of damage, nothing. Oh, we got the stick on the medic so far. Everx on the air shot, oh my god, Karnax going down though. Does he get to clean out on Olga? No, he doesn't. He gets.
Duo is up behind on the red side as well. He gets a decent damage into Ombrak. Ombrak down to 34 HP and walks straight into Duo again as well, so he goes down. Just Alien Smiley versus Kunu, both scouts weak in this 1v1 here. Kunu's going to get the pack, so he does have the health advantage at this point. Both scouts just chipping each other around this middle cover, and Alien wants his pack as well, so now he has the big health advantage over Kunu. Kunu's going to run away. War has respawned to help out, and Karnax just fed straight into choke, so looks like Top5Sons after this relatively long mid might come out on top here, but they are waiting. They're both waiting for their reinforcements.
They are waiting indeed.
And the Frenchies do just get out.
Yeah, they just get out. I think they're just going to hold second because they know that's the smartest option. Rather than re-pushing into mid and maybe losing it. Or winning it, one of the two. It's just going to be probably another stalemate until they get over. They're just waiting basically. Oh, Kunu and Sorix are in big though. They might actually be rotating around in fact, try to get a wee bit more, be a bit more aggressive, but it doesn't seem that way. They're getting stopped on track for the spam. The route is still down. Sorix is taking a fight in lower lobby, but he's going to get completely demolished by two scouts. Not looking the brightest idea going through big door.
Yeah, a 1-for-1 trade, not too bad though. They can't be too upset about that. Now, with their spawns, Olga is going to elect to try something else as well, but Karnax feeds at the same time, so this is 2 down for the Frenchies. This is a very easily exploitable opportunity. Opti will get taken down by Alien on the other hand though, but Top5Sons still want to do something with this player advantage. Kunu and Warher, yeah, trying to get all the way through big door here, exchanging damage onto the enemy combo of Raf and Hula.
Warher's hitting pipes, but Warher's getting piped right back.
Coming up behind. Sorix has made his way up top from the lobby. He's in a 1v1 with Duo. Looks like he's going to get an arrow. Sorix still trying to fight him. Does manage to take him down finally, but it gets instantly traded out by the team.
Yeah, it's looking like a trade fest right now.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing is just trading. Look, oh, I think Olga nearly got caught out there.
Yeah, getting a bit too close to comfort towards Stickies, taking quite a bit of damage.
Just a bit, just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit.
Not much. Hey, maybe try to go drop down again. Maybe try and reenact the plan that he had.
Yeah, his drop downs haven't been too successful as of late, but it doesn't look like Top5Sons really have anyone watching it. I guess Kunu is ready and prepared for any sacks from there, but no one's directly watching the entrance. Someone could theoretically slither on by.
It looks like they're maybe rotating big door, ready for a push, maybe even a trade. They're just waiting. They know we have the soldier jump in, try and do a bit of damage, but it looks like Olga's jumping out.
They've got 2 people into lobby now. Now they're going to be able to kill Duo, and then if they do, then this is going to be a great opportunity for them. They've picked up Karnax as well from Warher's Stickies, and Sorix again in behind.
Everx is going in for the big bomb. He doesn't. Can he hit air shot? No, he doesn't.
He does force off Mula though. I think he splashed him off the wall. So now Sorix goes down for it, but it's 100% Uber advantage for Ombrak.
And that's what they needed. That's what they need.
Yeah, you just need one play like that and you can fix up this stalemate.
Maybe
but Duo is coming in from drop down. They've just gone past him. He has to go for the back cap instead of the force. And it looks like they're going to come back for him as all of the Frenchies now running into mid, getting this back cap onto middle. Ombrak forces off his Uber for these frags, so Warrior does manage to clean up Duo and Olga behind. It looks like Karnak's going to go down here too, fighting for his life in the mid position. And now Opti is in behind as well, manages to take down Mula. That is brilliant for Frenchies. They are going to, brilliant for Top5Sons, sorry. They are going to be able to roll this all the way into last with a 2-player advantage and a Uber advantage for Ombrak in case this fails.
And heals, but the mid Mula has just spawned. They're trying to edge the point off, but there's sticks on it. They want to try and get as much as possible. Kunu was on the point, not much could be done. Soldier was there, he couldn't really edge on. I think they're going to need to get out. It is 3 down, Olga, Dawoot and Alien are all down. Can Warrior hit the sticks he needs? Opti getting Karnak, hold the mid behind the point, and that's another round to Top5Sons.
Yeah, the Frenchies not putting up as much resistance as I'd initially expected. They're keeping these stalemates going, but they're not ever coming out on top of them. It seems like all of the plays are being made by War, getting people in behind, getting the big bombs in onto Mula, and it's always coming out in his favor as we come into the 4th mid here. War getting there slightly faster than Raph.
Slightly faster, but you know, Raph just had a 40 G. Mula is going down straight away to Warrior, sticky. We just, I think that was a bombing. Not so good. The Frenchies are all bombing in. But Ombrak, he's only 20 HP. It's not much to kill him. He's still dodging a weaving. There is a scout behind. He was in drop down. Ombrak's still alive. It's only Dawoot up. This was a great hold, and what a mid from Top5Sons.
Yeah, a really great mid fight from Top5Sons here. They didn't lose a single person on the mid fight, cleaned up 5, nearly the full perfect wipe, and now they have a big advantage coming into last. Looks like Warrior is going to want to take this one. Looks like they're going to go from River again.
River Schmiver. Well, they have a gun up. That's not going to do much, but you know, they have a pyro as well. They're going for the classic, you know, the new Gullywash. Where they reflect on the soldier, bouncing away. He's suffering that quite far. Warrior needs to stick you off the point. There is sticks all over, but none of the scouts can do anything. Opti is in there. He's getting the soldier. Olga going down. They're trapped in spawn. There's only the demo in water right
and
now.
Raph underneath are still going to be very tough to take down unless 2 soldiers go straight over the top and onto them.
Karnak's on the point. Doesn't matter. The med's on.
Everything up. It's 4-0. 4-0 to Top5Sons here. Looks like this might be a speedier game than we imagined, Plunk.
That's good. We can go with the what?
You can, maybe.
Sorry, sister.
You're an addict.
Hey!
So you need an intervention.
Okay, we'll do it on stream then. That'll make a good interview.
All right, coming into mid number 5 here, we're going to see Duo going under for another drop-down play, perhaps.
Oh, Olga getting caught out by Opti, though. Unfortunate. But it's not looking good for the French. Everex 2 HP, unfortunately. Opti's going to jump up, get into their choke. But the Woe's still behind. He's on Warrior. Warrior hits the pipe. Oh my god, 9 HP. It's... Oh, he's still got it. Why is he retiring?
He's not. He's trolling you.
Man.
He even made a twit longer, which was basically entirely a troll as well. Yeah, and you still believe in him?
Yeah,
you still believe this man?
I still believe in Warrior. I believe Warrior. Who doesn't? Do you believe him? No.
Of course I don't. But anyway, even Uber's into last here. This is the last chance for the Frenchies. They've got to defend this and get 5 or more rounds in the remaining 11 minutes of the game. Kunu has come up on his signature sniper while Karnax is setting up.
He's peeking.
Oh, Mula goes down. Oh my god, Kunu with the fully charged body shot onto Mula gets his team the full advantage, and it's straight in onto Sorex.
Oh no!
Alien is denying this Uber a treat though. The sentry gun does go down, but everyone's still caught in this shutter for Top5Sons. Kunu gave them the opportunity and they've thrown it away, but on last...
Kunu, what are you doing? Who is this man? Why is he saving his medic like that? What? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Warrior hit a pipe, doesn't matter. They're 3 down now, they're going to need to get out. Kunu hit, he's got his frag movie clips, that's all that matters.
Yeah, Opti did a great job of bringing people back to last there by just playing on the point from under a little bit more, just delaying the Frenchies as they tried to get out, and now Alien getting caught in big door because of these spawns coming in for top 5, partially due to Opti's delaying. So Really good play there from him to salvage the fight at least a little bit, and now it looks like...
high push.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to try something. Sorix goes into water. Mueller actually has a slight advantage here. He could do something with this now that they've got the Sorix pick as well. He won't be in action for another 15 seconds, so looks like they are pushing out into lobby to at least see what they can do.
Olga running buff banner, like to point out. You know, Olga whipping out his strats as per. You know, he's whipping out his conch, buff banner this time. He's that extra kill. You know, he's a pocket main. It doesn't say on the stream. It doesn't. Have
it's the battalions that he's
battalions back.
using.
Is it battalions?
You're saying the buff banner. That's the
same
Fritz
thing.
one.
Same
That's not the same thing. They're very, very different things
sorry,
indeed.
20 HP, right?
Yeah,
Shut up.
yeah.
Kunu's sniping now anyway. Can he get the scout? No, he cannot. He's still peeking. He's looking for the demo. Maybe he can get something. Misses the headshot on the demo. He's going to go for this hero plate. Mueller is jumping up and down. He's behind him.
Yeah, Mueller is in the spot where you can't be seen from River. If he wants to get this hero shot, he's going to have to try from balcony or elsewhere.
He's going lower. He's going there. He's trying to peek there. Maybe he can get this Pyro, something. He's looking for something. He's trying to get something. He spots it. He goes for the sentry though. Wide shot. As we have what the? What happened there? Warrior just jumped in and just fragged.
Why is he retiring, as you would say, as he instantly just gets this 5-0 in the bag for Top5Sons, easily dispatching of the French team in a quick manner.
I think this was a sympathy game.
You think so?
Yeah, Olga wasn't main classing.
Oh yeah, they were giving it to him as his last hurrah. They padded his stats, made him feel good as
this was to get the worst seed. Easy games, you know.
Oh right, you think it's all a long con for them?
Yeah, it's the long con. Oh guys,
right.
You can easy win with all these low players that try to get into the invite bracket, you know. But no, Warrior, he won a game. He said he lost all of them, so good on him.
Yeah, he's won his first game of LAN. I'm sure he'll have many more to come. If he does retire, maybe not, but I'm sure our analysts are itching to shed some light on what happened in this pretty speedy game. I'm going to throw you over to Epoli, Alba, and Eckstein on the desk.
Thank you so much, Bum and Plunk. Yeah, our first game, that was a 5-0 early finish. Alba, some thoughts from you on the action we saw?
Yeah, I think starting off that match, top 5, they looked a little bit shaky. And I think it was after the 3-0 round that they got that they really picked up the pace, and the following 2 rounds came in quite quickly. But before that, they had some big troubles with their Ubers, and they kept losing on-brack to some good individual plays from Corentin Must Damage.
Epoli, your initial thoughts on that matchup?
Honestly, I'm going to answer your question with another question, right? I know. So Apple, Rhubarb, and Frenchies, what do these 3 things have in common? Crumble, exactly. Literally, oh, yeah, you like that? Like that? No, literally, like, first 5 minutes or so, like, it looked like it could maybe be a little bit competitive, like some back and forth and some stuff, like some things were working for the Frenchies, but honestly, it kind of felt like once top 5 just kind of, like, woke up a bit, like it was just their game. It was absolutely like their game. Obviously, you know, we've seen some different classes come out for like the Frenchies, so they've got some fallback excuses. But we've seen this as well over the past couple of seasons. This roster, they're perfectly happy to change roster. You know, change who's like on demo and scout and sort of like all around. And it isn't a case of them doing that just because they're like, oh, you know, like whatever. You know, at least it hasn't been online. They've usually tended to do that because they're all, you know, kind of multi-talented players, and they're happy to kind of play different classes in different situations. So I would imagine that they genuinely did think this was their best chance, but it's just top 5. You know, individually and as a team, after those first few minutes, they were just too strong.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the logs as well to see what the numbers show us exactly. And yeah, 17-5, also the top damager, 300 per minute. That's one of the higher numbers that we've seen today from Demo Men. What else stands out for you there, Alba?
Looking at this log, we see Olga having a rough time. Did a lot of damage, but didn't really get the picks rewarded. Actually, both soldiers on the French team had a rough time.
Yeah.
I think it definitely contributes to Raf being lower on the damage as well, because it doesn't have the same space as War gets.
I think another one to point out there is Kuno. Look at that, 13 kills.
That's
one
ridiculous.
death.
That's actually
Yeah.
filthy. That makes
Yeah.
me feel like unwell. That is not reasonable. I mean, like, you know, Scout's best class in the game and all that, but like,
Right,
come on.
right.
No one should be Scout classing that hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's also the class with the least amount of health, and when your medic dies three
kill
times
him.
more.
Just kill him.
Yeah, easy, like 2 rockets, you know, no big deal. Ombrak dying 3 times, so that's also pretty impressive. That Kuno, you know, coming in a little bit lower than his medic, you know, always nice to see. Alba, some other thoughts from you of what these stats show us?
Yeah, I mean, just Kuno there is always on 185, you know, always playing close to the medic. And then if you play it well, then you get these kind of stats.
Yeah.
It's good to see that he has, what to say, he started to play well, you know,
Yeah.
this round.
Thoughts from you, Epley?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, between Old Man War just kind of pounding, you know, Sorik's coming out of retirement, you know, engaging full past it. I mean, you know, he didn't get an insane amount of frags, but I mean, it was kind of fairly impactful. And, you know, every now and then he did just run in and kind of make things happen, you know. Everex was solid. Like, you know, Kunu, you know, he was, like, I mean, if you already die once, presumably you're playing pretty well or baiting your team. And it didn't seem like he was baiting his team all that much. So, yeah, it just seemed like, you know, any kind of situation where you have a game like where Karnax and Alien on the scouts are getting like 5 frags and 9 frags a piece like this, you know, with these kind of damage numbers, it's a kind of thing where, like, your fundamental issues were with, like, the team versus team thing, right? You can't, you know, in those situations, like, I've seen both those scouts play incredibly well in different situations. Any kind of situation where the scouts are getting, like, that low damage, it's because there's not really much for them to do in the game. They don't have the space, they don't have the heals to go forward. You know, they're spending all their time on their own last, you know, building guns and stuff like that. It's just going to be a case of, you know, one team is kind of clearly outmatched by the other.
Yeah, we'll take a peek at the medic stats here as well, see if that gives us any clues about heal percentages or anything else that stands out. What do you think, Alba?
Yeah, it's good to see that both teams have a dedicated pocket scout that gets a good amount of heals, and the heal spreads on both teams is very, very similar.
Yeah.
I think Sorix could maybe take a little bit more heals than 12%. He certainly has very good aim, and the more heals, he'll be able to do more.
Yeah, another thing, Epley, any thoughts on the medic stats?
Mostly kind of what Alba said, you know, it's kind of like a 5-0, like half the time, you know, in a game like this where it's very one-sided, the heals kind of go just whoever was closest at the time.
Yeah,
so
certainly.
You know, it is what it is. I guess the only thing to point out is the fact that, you know, there were still opportunities for the Frenchies. There were still chances for them to do stuff. You know, they did get 8 Ubers over the course of that game. They did build themselves up some decent advantages. And, you know, it wasn't like they were completely devoid of any kind of opportunity to do things. They had opportunities, but when it came down to just kind of securing it and finalizing that last little bit, they could never go over that last little milestone.
One thing that did happen on that map, want to talk about just briefly, we saw the battalions back up.
We did.
With Olga whipping that out on defense. Alba, is that something that you think we might see more of at this event? Or, I mean, obviously there's a little bit of desperation behind it, but being able to buff up your soldiers a little bit extra, you know, always can be helpful. What are your thoughts on that item?
I think all the battalions, the Conjurer, all of those unlocks are very underutilized. Especially holding last. It's so nice if you, after the Uber, can pop some kind of buff that helps out, even if it's like less damage, crits, or just speed. It always helps. And I think more people should use it.
Epley, do you have some thoughts you'd like to add on that?
Yeah, I think it's something we are going to see more in the rest of the tournament. You know, in group stage games, no one's kind of going to go too wild, whatever. We've seen Feint historically run a lot of conch. We've seen many situations where both Gig and Pappy will run conch on last, and then they'll kind of, you know, try and even push out really with like a double conch kind of setup, because it's not really that bad, especially, you know, if you can kind of play a little bit smart with like how you're jumping around. You take more damage, but you're constantly getting healed, so it's, you know, it's a different kind of situation. I think ultimately going into playoffs, I think we're going to see more kind of conch, definitely, battalions a little bit less, and I'd love to see more like people using buff banner stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's still a world where people, you know, in real desperation situations, start running buff banner direct hit, because you can literally one-shot a medic from across the entire map, and that's it. Nothing he can do.
Yeah.
It is a filthy weapon, and I really, truly think that teams, when they get desperate, they need to bring out like these kind of strats, you know?
And it's one of those things that we might see on other maps, right? I know historically speaking in North America, there was a very brief window where the buff banner was very favored on Viaduct, you know, because you could just bounce back and get a health pack and then just go back in. You know, not having gunboats is not as big of a deal because the map's kind of short. And Yeah, any final thoughts for you guys on this matchup? I mean, Top5Sons, they've sort of had a slow start, but they still have some important matches in front of them. Well, what do you think that they should improve on, Alba?
I mean, if they just continue, you know, they picked up the pace after the 3-0, so I feel they will probably be feeling pretty confident going into the next matchup. If the whole match would look shaky for them, it would be difficult for the next match, but
yeah,
they picked up the pace.
And Epley, any thoughts from you, words of encouragement for Top5Sons?
I mean, in terms of words of encouragement, like, they are really good, you know.
Yeah.
I was making some predictions pre-land that they were, you know, going to do some really good things, and there's no reason not to, right? Some of the stuff kind of happening, you know, this is their kind of first significant win of the LAN, but at the same time, I know they kind of had a few different issues. They had kind of random PC things and kind of network things and this, that, whatever. I'd like to hope that this game can kind of be their mental reset, you know? The fact that all the other stuff, it's fine, you know? That's kind of in the past. They've now won this game 5-0. They've shown that they really deserve to be on this kind of, you know, upper part of the top 8. Now they can look forward to their remaining games of the day and just be like, okay, guys, this really, really worked, right? Let's keep looking forward. Let's keep up the positivity, and let's really focus on our remaining games, because there's no reason why they can't still just do really well, get themselves in a good position to get a nice, deep run into the playoffs. Certainly,
certainly. And speaking of random issues, we had some server issues that were holding us up at the beginning of the day, and then the item server went down. Yeah. Val's item server. So a little bit of whirlwind of bumps in the road, but things are starting to move ahead. The players have eaten dinner. They're going to be ready for more matches. I know we're ready for more matches, but before that can happen, we're going to take a quick little break, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned for more exciting TF2 action.